Okay, greetings and thanks for joining us on this informational podcast. We're going to take a look at a possible way for doing events on each of the tracking systems, see if people like it. We had listed the calendar of events one time before. Unfortunately, it gave us some problems. We had to redo it. And now we're looking at version 2.0 of this with some additional features. The upcoming events will show up, as you can see here in the monitor. We do have all these events that can come up. In the events tab up top, you'll be able to take a look from a calendar view as to what's happening. And we do have the holidays listed, and that's important so you can tell if there's an event on a holiday which may interfere with your local, non-LARP personal stuff. The events can then be, you can click right into an event, and we got one set up here. You can attend, show that you're attending, possibly attending or not attending. You can invite people to events, so you can invite members to events in this fashion, and you just type in their name here, and the person would show up if they are active. If they're not active, then they're not going to show up there, which means they have to have logged in within the last 6 months, or you're not going to be able to invite them. And that's just how the forum software works. So we know who is dormant and who isn't. Now there's another interesting thing. If we look at the event itself, it does provide us with the map, and this is Google Directions, so it does have the Google API all fitted in here. So if you view this on your phone, or even here, you can actually click on it, and Google will ask you, do you want to import this into the map or directions, so it'll instantly give you directions. You can see the attendee list here from the character standpoint of who's going to be attending, who might be attending and such. And then on the event itself, let's go back into the actual event. There's multiple ways to get there. We can actually put a thread right into the event. So if you look at, when we're listing events, like this is LARPcraft of Sheboygan, in the events scroll, if you will, the AutoGame area, we can make events. So here's another sample of an event that I clicked into the event listing, and it automatically shows the event page. So they're one and the same. This allows us to have discussions within the scrolls, and when you post a reply to these scrolls, it's going to also show up in the other areas of the site, which we all are accustomed to already. So that's pretty neat. Let's say I want to, now hosts are going to be able to add events. All they have to do is go to the event tab and click on create event, and then they can add their information in. Once the information's in, then they can attach a scroll to that event or attach a thread. So that is basically saying, let's go ahead and add that forum post that was in the event, and then it connects real nice. We'll do another tutorial on that. For the events, again, you're going to see the global events. If I wanted to look at just my events, now there's a few different ways it's showing up. It's showing up as upcoming events. We will have the featured events, and featured events are basically going to be where we're going to have LARP meetings or something that's like global, for streaming on Twitch, or for going on YouTube, or for doing like a world meeting or something. Those will be featured events where everybody's invited, and then the regular events will be where others are, where you're inviting people locally. Now, hosts can assign other elders to help in the event management process. All they have to do is go to the Manage Administrators, and like if I wanted to add Odin to this event as an administrator, I can do that. And then he can control this event as well. So now it has 2 event administrators, and the attendee list shows up down here. So this gives us a good idea. You can then print this off and bring it as a way to check off which characters are coming in. And if you wanted to do the pre-registration program, that's still possible. We're going to go ahead and put a link in here for tickets, because you can actually buy pre-registration tickets here. And then once that program is up, it'll also show up in the main menu bar here for pre-registration tickets. Right now, these are the only events that we can post, being that the host is going to be able to post them. If a group, let's say an army, wants to host an event, that's not a sanctioned event really. That's just for the type of group. So let's say your faction wants to get together and do a practice. That's cool. It's overseen by the hosts, so either the host has to add it, or the group can add it in the group area of larpcraft.com. So we're keeping those kind of separate, so you know which ones are official events and that'll be worth XP, and which ones are going to be, you know, group events that are not done by the host, or maybe the group has an event within the host event. That's okay too. But we just want one place for actual sanctioned events to live. And this is an option. And the only reason why this option is better than anything else is because it's directly connected to each of the tracking systems, and you can invite people and you can see which characters are going to be on. Even if there's, let's say you're playing your alt as well, or there's going to be a storyline character involved, you'll be able to see the event attendees in that regard if they want to show up here. So that's just an overview of the event program that we're playing with here on the scrolls. We want to see who thinks this is a good idea. It's pretty straightforward, and players do have the availability to invite any of their friends, any of the other characters and whatever. So then when somebody does say that they're going to one of your events, you'll actually see it here, where it says this person is attending my event, so it'll actually show up in the news feed. If you have any questions, give a holler. Otherwise, we'll keep working on it. Thanks for watching.